All right, guys, tonight's a fun one. We are finally driving a modified Camaro SS1LE. This is a 2022. I'm here with Alex, the owner. You reached out on YouTube, Instagram.
That's right,
and
local.
said, yeah, you want to drive my E85 tuned SS1LE. You've got headers on here. What else?
LT2 intake manifold from the C8.
Okay.
And then, like I said, Flex Fuel, Roto Fab intake, and then that's it.
Sweet.
It was tuned by GPI Performance, and I think they're based out of Arkansas.
Okay.
So they did a great job. Very happy with them. Highly recommend them.
Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, this video is going to be basically, should I modify my SS1LE?
Yeah, right?
They're great in stock form, but I'm sure they've got a little bit left in them. Rapid Blue looks fantastic. We've got Riverside Blue right here. Kind of two of the best blues in GM's lineup, I think. I like some of the subtle modifications you've done to this. I really like these. I've got mud flap envy. You said these are maybe from ZL1 add-ons.
Yeah, I believe it. It's been so long since I got them, about 3 years ago, and they've held up well. So
okay, cool. They've kept rock chips from accumulating on your back quarter panel.
And even the side skirts made a decent difference.
Oh yeah.
Those are ACS composite.
Okay.
And highly recommend them too. The fitment was great. I love how they match the satin black from the 1LE.
Yep.
Can't complain about them.
Sweet. Yeah. Great looking car. Borla?
Borla.
Okay.
Borla Atak with the MPP valve still, so that still works.
Nice.
Very important to keep that functionality.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
now with the headers.
Yeah.
It gets a little wild, but
sweet.
Stealth mode definitely can still tone it down a little bit. But found out at Waterford a couple weeks ago, it sounds like at like 4,000 RPM. The valve's still open a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up blowing sound there, so
okay.
gonna have to find a solution for that. But
yeah, when I first bought my Camaro, someone offered, the guy I was buying winter wheels from offered me his Corsa axle back plus like a Borla X pipe or something, or the mid pipe, and I was like, that's definitely gonna blow sound at Waterford. I would love it. It would sound amazing, but I have to pass sound at Waterford.
The funny thing is, with just the Borla in track mode, it was fine.
Really?
But I've also heard that even with the stock one, if it's really cloudy, it'll blow.
That's
sometimes.
right. Yeah. Yeah. You just have to get those turn tips or whatever.
Well, the problem is then when you're in the S's, you can
same deal
going that way. So I had the crackles tuned out because that got someone.
Oh, okay.
So that was one thing. It was very obnoxious, kind of.
That is one nice thing about a tune is you can tune out the exhaust pops and crackles. Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's fire it up. Walk you guys around it just a little bit more with the engine running, be able to hear some things. I'm just gonna move. Gosh, we are at almost identical mileage here. Nice. So you said you had a FRS at one point. Is this
many years ago?
Your first V8 muscle car entry into the Camaro world?
To you. It
All right.
was my first V8 muscle car. Jumped in between a Miata before that.
Nice.
And tracked it a little bit. I'm like, okay, ready for an upgrade.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, not too much done to it. Just the headers, Flex Fuel, intake manifold.
Nice.
I know a lot of people do the throttle body too from the LT5. And I didn't see the value in it as much for the money, so I was happy where we're at.
Cool. Well, let's go drive it, see how it feels.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We've only done about 12 videos on my Camaro recently, so you guys are probably pretty well versed on how that drives, how that sounds, how it feels. I just pulled the exhaust valve on mine, which I am enjoying.
I never tried that. I should have did it before I went and bought an exhaust like crazy.
It's really subtle, and it's only at low RPMs.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're just kind of idling around on the highway, you step into it, you start to hear it a little bit more aggressively, but it's still, honestly, compared to like a Corvette, it's pretty quiet still.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like, maybe I would do headers or something someday. I don't know. It's a slippery slope. Right now I'm just going to kind of keep it as stock as I can. It's a challenge to see how long I can keep it stock.
It tempted me every year, and then finally this year it's a bullet.
Yes, yes. It's, at least there's great aftermarket support. Did you get this dyno?
No, I didn't. I found a video and they had pretty much the same mods, other than they had a different brand intake. And they actually had it tuned by the same people. And it seemed like they were made about 80 horsepower after stock.
Cool.
So pretty healthy gain from what I thought.
Sweet. Well, it sounds phenomenal. better than hearing your own car.
Exactly, because I was like, oh man, do I need to get like a different exhaust, quiet it down a little bit? And I'm like, it's actually not that bad. I'm like, I've heard way worse, and it at least sounds good.
I'm actually really liking it without the burbles and the pops.
It does make a difference, because I was like midway through the tuning process, and it was kind of like, it was obnoxious a little bit, so I asked him if he was able to tune it out in one revision, and asked me how that sounds, and yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yep. You can smell the E85 a little bit. Drivability is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's easy.
There's no difference.
Yeah.
Any tour mode, sport mode, track mode.
Let's go into tour.
All feels good.
For about 5 seconds during this video.
So when everyone works making fun of me now, ask if I'm going to put the TSSV dampers on from the Z01 when I leave. I love the mag ride in these.
The mag ride's fantastic. Yeah, your car feels great. You're very, very close to mileage on mine. It feels super tight.
I've only tracked it once. This is the first year I tracked it.
Okay.
So, very happy with it. Coming from, I never got to track the FRS I had, but I tracked the old STI too.
Okay.
So, very sure-footed.
Sure.
And I kind of was worried, getting into a rear-wheel drive car V8 for the first time.
It's just so well balanced.
It is.
Yeah.
It's almost too easy to put down, like,
it is.
Not seeing the fastest lap time, but respectable.
And for people like us who've come from Miatas, FRSs, BRZs, it's nice to get into something with a little bit more power.
Yeah.
So,
like you said earlier, kind of a natural progression.
Yep.
Let's actually, we're in sport mode right now.
Okay. Go into sport versus drive mode. What do you have found here for brake pads?
So I have the stock brake pads, the HB1000s.
Okay, cool.
So actually going to be putting Z01 1LE calipers on it here soon.
Nice.
So hoping to get that done. I plan on going to Gingerbread in September.
Okay, yeah, there's just a little bit less initial bite from these. They just feel a little bit softer than the HB1000 track compound that I just put on my Camaro.
Okay.
Like it's a subtle difference, but it's just kind of that difference between like, oh, there's enough bite here, enough grab, and then it's like, oh, you need a little bit more pedal pressure to get what you want out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I felt like stock for stock, the brakes were the only thing with the Camaro SS1LE. I was like, this doesn't quite feel right.
Yeah.
And that's been the way, honestly, I felt with a lot of GM vehicles recently, with a lot of their copper free pads and stuff, and the Corvette and the E-Ray. But at least they offer compounds that make up for that.
Yeah.
All right, so track mode, throttle response should still be linear with this tune, like it is factory, okay? I noticed the sport mode is a little bit of an on-off switch, which is fun.
Yeah, it should be, like, throttle tuning and all that should be pretty much the same as it was stock.
Okay, cool.
He didn't change anything. I do have, so steering and suspension are tied to the drive mode.
Okay.
And then I have the engine sound separate, so if you don't change any of that.
Perfect. Great, yeah. Man, super quiet on the highway, no drone.
That was the biggest thing with me.
Crazy.
To keep MPP, because that's the biggest thing. I got to leave can't pull the fuse. That way I can keep it on.
Yep. No, that's nice. That's a good way to do it. And then this is a 1SS, which I've actually never driven a 1SS. So we don't have we have slightly different climate controls down here. No digital rear mirror.
Yep.
But it's still
spot.
That's right.
You got to work for it yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
But I feel like I got used to it quick. Like I've never really had an issue.
Honestly, this car isn't about all that stuff. It's about just the engine noise, the handling, the driving experience.
I'm having fun.
Yeah. How's this on track? Cooling is good. No issues with. I'm sure actually with the E85 it's probably a little bit cooler.
I haven't tracked it since I tuned it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, that'll be a first.
Sweet. So you've got a little bit more
so
spice.
I do have 1550 oil in it now for the track.
Okay.
and then the tuner made it so the high flow oil pump kicks on sooner.
Sweet.
So it should be good.
Man, this sounds just incredible. There's so many tones in there that change throughout the rev range.
It screams at full throttle.
Yeah, it really does. Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing I couldn't believe is how kind of docile it still is at lower RPMs. I mean, it's
really
definitely louder than stock, but I think it still sounds good. It sounds calm.
It definitely feels quicker.
Okay.
It's just a little bit more responsive and happy to rev.
So I haven't got anyone's opinion. And
Yeah.
it sat in my garage for about a month, waiting for me to put the parts on because my garage door was broke.
Sure.
So I didn't really have a back-to-back day comparison where I got to compare it or feel the difference.
Yeah, it's not that the stock setup is lazy, but it just does not rev as happily.
Okay.
The best thing about this engine is just the torque too.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's great for track. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of can make it lazy, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, past 4,000 RPM, it just comes alive.
Yeah. It's all stock suspension wise. It's the OEM
Great.
Goodyear supercar tire.
Sweet.
They
Have you
still
replaced
hook up
those
really
tires?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did to replace them earlier in the year when I
Okay.
got in alignment. So they're probably a couple, maybe 1,000 miles on them or so.
Okay, cool. So this is still pretty fresh.
Yep.
Yeah, mine got dailied on, like driven on the highway a bunch,
Okay.
and never tracked. And then you drove on winter tires the rest of the time. So there's maybe like 10, 15,000 miles on my tires. So they're kind of towards the end of their service life.
That seems to be the life period.
Yep. But they felt good on track. I mean, once I got some heat in them, I was surprised.
They definitely need some heat on them.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Yeah. I've heard they're scary as hell in the wet.
Yeah, they're not great, especially once you get past like a couple thousand miles.
Okay.
So most of this car's life, actually, I had the Pilot Sport all season on them.
Oh, okay.
And then when I decided I was finally ready to start tracking it, I switched back earlier this year.
Cool.
And I was happy with all season. They're
great.
For being an all season, they hooked up really well.
Yeah.
They were fun. They would play a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of the perfect balance between having a little bit of fun on the street, great grip in pretty much any condition. For me, I did a little bit of rallycross in my BRZ, and those tires were the fastest for like the winter rallycrosses, where you just needed a little bit of cold weather traction, but when things warmed up, you could grip and rep. Great tire.
So I made sure he did say no lift shift still works too.
Oh, nice, good.
That was one thing I noticed when I tried it. It definitely gets a little more squirrely on the second shift.
Sure. Yeah, it pulls a lot harder.
Yeah, I'm happy with it so far.
Yeah. I was literally just driving this road, doing that pull in my car.
Get back to back.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Yeah, this is more of an event. It reminds me of, it's not the same power level, but I drove some Lingenfelter tuned Camaros back in the day.
Okay.
And it kind of has that, it comes on past 4,000 RPM. It hits a little harder. It sounds a lot more exotic. It's almost kind of Corvette sounding in some ways. A little bit higher tone. It's great. It's fun.
That's what I loved about the Borla too, compared to the OEM exhaust, is I thought it had a little bit deeper of a true muscle car tone.
Yeah.
Compared to the stock one.
Yep, absolutely.
Kind of I biggest driving factors for me doing that originally.
No, and it's nice how subtle it is at lower revs too. No drone. It's just got the perfect, like, Jekyll and Hyde exhaust.
Fun in Michigan, you finally hit a good road and you hit traffic.
I know. Yeah, it's funny. When you reached out, I was just thinking, I was like, I wonder what a modified SS1LE would sound like. And a lot of people talk about tuning out their crackles and burbles. I'm torn on it. Sometimes I love them, sometimes they're annoying.
Yeah, they were fun with the stock exhaust. Even the Borla, they were bad, but they did start getting a little obnoxious with the bitters on it.
Yep. Yeah, it gets super loud. Yep. You just can't really hide from it.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, you know, they're 5-10 seconds long.
Yeah, that's right. Shift still works.
Still works.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, your car feels great. It's so tight.
Yeah, I said I've had it for 3 years. I still love it every day.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be tuned, but it's fun doing it and fun doing it yourself. I love a good project.
It's just part of the whole thing, the whole ownership experience. It's fun to make these little changes, make these little improvements. I mean, nothing sounds like that. Even the new CT5 Blackwings don't sound amazing.
Yeah, the cabin's almost too quiet.
Yeah, there's a lot of insulation. They need just a little bit more exhaust work to sound right. This is awesome. Super fun. It's funny, Jack from Savage Geese got his Camaro right about the same time I got mine. And I'm curious to see what his drive's like with all the Lingenfelter stuff they've done.
Oh, he did that. I'm waiting for the video to come out.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting. Because I considered it, I just couldn't justify the money for it.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah, I really like the exhaust work you've done. E85 is actually pretty easy to find where I live.
Speedways.
Yeah. Flex Fuel Speedways, and you don't have to really worry about, like, you just put whatever you want. You have a flex tune.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. So it figures it out.
Fine.
That's great. Yeah, because when I had my BRZ, I had to put E85. I had to retune it after putting I had to, like, go put E85 in, drive 2 miles, then reflash the ECU as a pain.
I remember that. That was the reason I didn't do it.
That's right.
I put headers and tuned it too.
Yep.
And so much nicer having flex fuel. It's just an OEM GM flex fuel sensor.
That's great. Wow. It's like it was almost made for it. We'll give the Crosstrek the jump.
It just never gets old.
It never gets old. Bald eagles coming out of the back. Yeah, the throttle's definitely a little bit more jumpy with the tune, but I like it because it takes away some of that, again, not laziness, but it's just more exciting. It feels more like a sports car. perfect shift points on this road.
Yeah, right.
Cool. So any more plans for this?
Not really. Gonna finally, like I said, track it. Hopefully at Gingerman.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get another day at Waterford once I find out how to pass sound.
Yep.
That way I can get a comparison time to how it was stock. But other than that, no more mods planned.
Cool. This feels pretty perfect. It makes all the right noises now. Yeah, this is kind of the perfect power level for the Camaro because I've driven a lot of ZL1s, and on the street they're super fun. On track, honestly, they scare me a little bit because instead of 140 on the back straight, you're doing like 165, and if things go wrong, things go really wrong.
Yeah, things go really fast at that speed.
Yeah, whereas this, like we talked about at the
manageable.
beginning, yeah, it's manageable. You could push yourself instead of having to kind of restrain yourself, and this is a nice balance.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it so far. That's what wanted to get the ZL1 brakes on it. That way, I figured that's a little overkill. Keep everything cool.
Yep. Do you have the cooling ducts on these?
Yep. Had the cooling ducts. Put them on earlier this year.
Okay. Have you tracked with the cooling ducts yet?
I did not.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm curious to see if that'll help with any of the low fade issues ahead.
Same. Cool. Well, thanks, Alex.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for driving it.
Great car.
Love your videos.
Yeah, thank you. I do. So you're controlling the exhaust valve through the menu here. Okay.
Yeah. So we can do if you want to do a pull and stealth mode.
Yeah.
It does make a decent difference.
So you've got controls for stealth, tour, track, sport, and it just varies the exhaust valve opening.
Yep.
Just like stock.
Yeah, it kind of opens it. Yeah, tuning's exactly the same.
Okay, and that's kind of, is it Borla's NPP or does it use the GM valves for that?
So it uses Borla's NPP, but it's the same actuator.
Same
and
stuff.
everything.
Okay, all right,
yeah,
cool.
Just switch the actuator over.
Sweet. Let's see. So was it in track that whole time?
Sport mode.
Sport. Okay. All right. So yeah, above $4,000, it would open up all the way then. Nice. I'll walk you guys around this one more time. So let's see. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, the idle's so much more aggressive.
Yeah, the headers definitely woke that up too.
Yep. Yeah, all the best sounding like Camaros, Corvettes that I've driven, they all have either stock exhaust with aftermarket headers or just a little bit of extra, work in the axle back section.
Yep.
And that's all you need. It rips.
It still has the stock mid pipe with the crushed pipes.
Yeah. That's the perfect formula for something like this. Yeah, because when you get rid of the NPP and you straight pipe something like this, it's cool, but it's just too loud.
Nice to be able
It's
to tone
insane.
it down.
Yeah.
Very happy with it.
Could you hop in and give me a quick rev? Yeah, sounds great.
Thank you. I love it every day.
Sweet. All right, we'll hop in. We'll try stealth mode real quick. For all of about 10 seconds, and then we'll go back to track.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Do you ever get any grief from anybody with the exhaust, or?
Not so far.
That's good.
I'm always conscious about starting at stealth mode.
Sure.
Drive it early.
Yep.
Or late.
Oh yeah, it's just barely louder.
Really kind of impressive how much it can quiet it down.
It's amazing. Yeah. Let's see what it's like. It's like it's trying to escape. Screaming into a pillow. Yeah, it makes a big difference. That's crazy. And they don't recommend tracking in stealth mode. Does that put too much heat?
So I think that's why the valves open up some.
Okay, all right. So you were tracking in stealth mode, you still got hit for sound?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, only so much you can do. The bald eagles are going to escape eventually.
Too much for the track.
Yeah.
Gingerman, we'll be good there.
Yeah, that's right. Is there anything else, like any other cars that have your eye after living with this, owning this for a few years?
I mean, I know we talked about the ZL1
Yep.
too much, but if it wasn't for the DSSV and the fact that I'm not just straight tracking this, I would love to get one of those. But
the ZL1 1LE was actually a little bit easier to drive than I expected it to be.
Oh, really?
I've only driven an automatic and only on the street, but it was good. And I think it would be the natural progression where you would graduate to that after becoming comfortable with this. But if you just went straight from like BRZ to ZL1, you'd probably kill yourself.
That would be intense.
Yeah. The 1LE is awesome. The suspension's insane. It's a lot stiffer, not as like dailyable, a little bit more punishing on the street, but it's not terrible. You know you're in a track car.
That's for sure.
I heard from some back in the day FCA engineers that they were benchmarking stuff, and the ZL1 1LE was like by far the most reliable bomb-proof track car they've ever benchmarked.
Oh, really?
Like it was just phenomenal. So ever since then, that's kind of been sitting in the back of my mind.
That's the problem. It's just fun at any level.
Yeah.
I'd love to drive a V6 1LE one day too.
Me too. I've heard great things. Yeah. Everyone. Did you hear Randy Pope's like raving about the 4-cylinder 1LEs back when they had those?
I'm curious if he still has that.
He might. I don't know. Because the V6s had a different 6-speed.
Yep.
And different final drive. I don't know. There were a lot of differences that were subtle, but I'm sure made a big difference. We drove a V6 Camaro like earlier this year, and it was fun, but it just like didn't have the same magic.
Yeah, it's just you're a muscle car. I get it.
Yeah.
You want the sounds.
Yep. My first experience in a Camaro was in a V6 in Colorado, and we drove up Pikes Peak. And at altitude, it had like what felt like 190 horsepower. It just was completely gutless. Of course, it was an automatic too, but it was fun. It was before Pikes Peak got fully paved. But that's kind of like my memory of a V6 Camaro. I was like, oh, it was a rental car. But I'm sure the 1LE is legit because I've heard great things about it.
Yeah, I've heard, it's probably a little better balanced, later of an engine.
Yeah.
Any bad characteristics out of like the LSD since the tuning and with more power.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's made to handle 650 horsepower too.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's amazing. The diff is magic here. It's so
works
good.
Really well.
Have you done your 20K service, change fluid, and all that stuff?
I did it at 15,000. So yep,
cool.
Good.
Yeah, because that's one piece that I want to keep in good shape because they're not cheap.
No. Yeah. And they definitely do their magic.
Yeah.
And I did put I think it was red line transmission fluid in this.
Okay.
I thought that helped a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Smooth it out a little bit.
Nice. Yeah, it does. It feels a little bit smoother. I remember the 1LE stock having a bit crunchier of a shift than like the ZL1, the black wings.
Yep.
It was a bit notchier, and then after I did my transmission fluid change, it smoothed out a lot.
Okay.
So maybe just getting that factory fill out of there makes some difference. That bark at low revs.
If you get to a really low RPM, it really does it. I've scared a few people with it.
Sure. Get grannies jumping out of their shoes. Have you done any miles on it to like see what fuel economy is with the flex fuel?
So driving to work this week, which is pretty much mostly highway, it's getting 15 15-ish.
Okay.
I'd say with other driving, it was probably 60-40 mixed highway.
Okay.
City. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've burned almost an eighth of a tank today, just now. But that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
When you're...
It pays to have fun. It's
Yeah.
cheaper, right?
That's right.
It equals out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess the question is you're still going to be stock? It's fun stock.
It is fun stock. Someday though, I wouldn't mind tuning out the burbles, doing like a header and an anti-burble tune.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Until then though, I'm gonna challenge myself to see how long I can enjoy it in its current form. Because effectively, I'm done. I'm done modifying. As long as these brakes hold up and the alignment holds, and I'm just gonna be like replacing tires, you know. So.
Through them quick.
Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy. I couldn't wear out tires in my BRZ. I would sell it with original tires on it, like trying to drift them off, and it just wouldn't work. That's NSX. But yeah, super fun. Thanks again. Appreciate you getting in touch.
Appreciate you meeting.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited to hear. Like I've heard cammed SS1LEs, and you get into those higher revs, and it's nirvana. So I'm very curious to see what Jack's car ends up sounding like.
Yeah, I'm patiently waiting that video.
Yeah,
I'm excited too.
Yep. Well, mind your exhaust tips that stick out a little bit farther. Sweet. Cool. There you go. Modified SS1LE. I like the idea of flex fuel. That's just so convenient because you can either run it or not, depending on availability. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you want.
It's convenient, and I think that usually gets you around 30-ish horsepower. So
okay. Yeah.
Not bad.
That's cool. And the fact that it's OEM stuff is pretty cool too.
Super easy to do too.
Okay. What was? Did you kind of do a lot of the stuff at the same time? Did you progressively make changes?
So the intake I've had for several years now. The LT2 intake manifold I put on earlier this year.
Okay.
And then I didn't drive it too much with it, and then so basically all at once on the intake.
Okay. What do you think made the most difference with sound?
Definitely the headers.
Okay. All right.
The scream of it.
Cool. All right. That's good to know because I think that's kind of the first thing a lot of people do, and that's kind of what I was leaning towards maybe doing at some point if I decide to go that route. So that's good information.
Yeah, like I said, I just had the Borla for a while too, Attack, and I was really happy with that.
Okay, cool.
I thought it sounded really good.
Sweet. Any final notes? Any final thoughts? Go buy an SS1LE.
Yeah, go buy an SS1LE. Enjoy it.
Either leave
Enjoy
it stock
for a while.
Yeah, or go ham.
Fun in any matter.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see how much tread your new Supercar 3s have on them. All right, so mine are still like, they're not too far off. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of tread depth on them to begin with because it's a track tire.
Correct.
So, okay. Maybe I'm not as worn as I think I am.
Yeah, but still fairly new car, so
yeah.
yours is a year newer than mine.
Yep. I might get these side skirts because I like the look of them. Are these similar to what's on the ZL1?
Yeah, they're the ZL1 style.
ZL1 style, okay.
But it's just the ACS composites. They do the paint match to the satin black.
That's great. Yeah, it looks really nice. The fact that it just looks good and also maybe doesn't kick up as many rocks is always a good thing.
Yeah, because I have a friend that has a white one and he doesn't have them, and it makes a big difference.
Okay, yeah. Because you look at the mud flaps, and there's still quite a bit of rash here still. So
yeah, definitely doesn't save everything, but it helps.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the Ranger Raptor, my running boards do the exact same thing.
Oh, really?
So
that's true.
Probably couldn't use those as running boards though.
Yeah, they're a little flimsy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. All right, Alex. Well, that was fun. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. It's been really cool owning a Camaro the last 6 months or 7 months or so, whenever this video comes out. Just because I think there's great documentation within the community on track modifications, track experience, people's thoughts on different modifications and things. There's a lot of great forum posts, videos. I mean, the support is fantastic, and everyone seems to kind of It seems like a lot of people track their cars, which is how it should be.
That's the cool thing with this car, is a lot of people actually do track them.
Yep. Now that I've got the alignment and everything dialed in, I want to get my car out on the track as much as possible. So not that I'm getting bored of the Type R on track, but this thing is just so much fun. It just takes it to another level.
Truly made for it.
Yeah.
That is what they set out to do.
Yeah. No, that's the crazy thing, is I've never had a car that is so track capable in stock form, with like the cooling support, whether it's engine cooling, diff cooling, brake cooling,
everything.
Yeah, the fact that you can run streetable pads and have that cooling capability from the brake system is just amazing. Because on my Type R, in most cars, you have to run dedicated track pads. You swap them out for the weekend, and then you put street pads on, unless if you want to be miserable, for your commute. And this is just, it's the best of both worlds. So, all right, we'll end on that note. Enough raving about the Camaro. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.